It's time for another Power Play show with Coach Frenchy, Andrew Lepage, ENORTAP, and Michael DiVelleno. It's time, Power Play show. Here we go. Hold on. Try to catch my place. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me for another Power Play show with the hockey coach, your coach Frenchy. Hopefully, an amazing, great day today. And it's Tuesday already, July 26, 2022. I'm a bit late. I feel not right tonight because I feel like nervous. Possible we have some ones coming very soon. And it will be interesting if ENORTAP is going to be a part of the show. We're going to follow for sure with him. But before that, we want to rescue you. If you have any question, don't forget to put the letter Q in front of the question. And finally, be respectful in the chat. Click on the likes and have a great time. Tonight, we're going to talk about the logos. The NHL original logo and NHL. We'll talk about this, which one you like the most. And then, which players do you remind the most when we talk about a specific logo? So that's what we have on the menu. And we're going to talk about fun news around the league. Tonight we have a couple of signature and new coach. And that Mr. ENORTAP possibly is going to give us some information. But until then, we have a lot of people in the chat. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate to have the captain of the Hockey Nation Live show for the moderator, Mr. Danny T is in the house. And we have Mr. Assistant Captain of the Hockey Nation Live show, Mr. Jose Duarte is in the house with us tonight. Thanks so much, Mr. Jose, to be with the Hockey Nation Live show. But without further ado, to invite the number one fans of everybody in the chat. He's back in the Power Play show as a co-host. It's time to welcome directly from Toronto, Ontario. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP in the house tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Great to be back, guys. How is everyone? How are you doing, Coach?
I'm going great. Thanks to you. And before that, I know you did a lot of practice last week. He was on the ice for 7 days. He come back with a great another back in the house. So we know ENORTAP start his career with the Richmond Renegades in 1932. And there was his position. He was orthodox as a goaltender. And we can see he was a really alert and really flexible, little bit too straight, and he should a little bit bend his knee, but otherwise, I love the way he was. So, Mr. ENORTAP, we are, so don't forget, if you want this picture, we can send it to you. It's an auction right now in 1999, and he can provide you a signature on it. That got jumped right away at $79.99 with his signature. You can put this after that on eBay. You can reach about $199. Two depends what he's going to finish his career. And WHCHL, a special league for the people after 50 years old. But that's a subject we can talk a little bit later about this. And ENORTAP, what do you think about? How was your week last week, Mr. ENORTAP?
Oh, it was awesome. It was relaxing. It was good. Just went up to a cottage with a couple of families, and it was great. It's good to get away, thinking everything would be quiet in the NHL. Come back, big trade. What's wrong with these Florida Panthers? What are they doing trading in the middle of the summer?
What do you feel about that?
You know what? It was a big price for Florida to pay. I feel like I think had it been one-on-one, just Huberdeau for Tkachuk, maybe even a prospect thrown in, it would have been a little bit more fair. But I think Florida gave up a little bit too much there. But I mean, you want something good like Kachuk, somebody that'll give you a little bit of sandpaper in the playoffs, and that's what they need. Sometimes you have to pay up for that, right? The one that I think will hurt them even more will probably be the absence of Uyghur, because I thought in losing Sherratt and who else did they lose? They lost somebody else this year, didn't they? Did they sign Hag?
No, Robert, I just signed a contract with the Detroit Red Wings, Mr. Notap.
So they lost him too, and it's going to be a little bit tough on defense for Florida. So I kind of worry that way. I saw both press conferences. It looks like Chuck's really motivated to come here now and play for Florida. Huberdeau, I mean, he said the right things, but you could tell he was disappointed. And same thing with Uyghur, but that's understandable. They probably didn't suspect they would be traded, and they were on the cusp, like especially Huberdeau, right? He's been here since the original day he was drafted. He saw the team go through the tough times. They're finally coming to a great point in their franchise history. Definite Stanley Cup contenders, and then he gets traded. So it's tough.
Yeah, definitely was not easy for everybody. I think for me, of course, Huberdeau is a big problem, right? Because they lose their almost 9, but he got catch up. For me, it's Uyghur. Who they going to play his spot?
Exactly. I didn't think they had to throw in that first, but I mean, that first's going to hurt too in 2025. I know it's down the road, but sometimes
they don't have any pick anymore for the last
4 years,
the next 3 years, right? I believe
3 years. Yeah,
so
that's tough, but that's understandable. Like when you think you're at the cusp of winning, and what do you have to negotiate with? You have to negotiate with your draft picks, of course. The sad part would be if by 2025, 2026, they haven't won a cup and have given up all these prospects, and the other players move on for whatever reason, contract or trades or anything like that, then brings you at a bad situation.
Yep, so right. Well, Mr. Michael Rosenblatt, Mr. Nortap, big fan of the South Florida
Michael.
Panthers. Michael was there, Mr. Nortap, last season. You crossed him for sure, but he's been there like the beginning of the beginning, Michael. I coached him when he was a young man at 13, 14. Now he's a big man, and we're glad to see him tonight.
Awesome.
Pop up when he can. So great kid, great family, great dad. And I just want to mention him tonight. Yeah. So, Michael, thanks to be with us tonight.
Welcome, Michael.
We have a few people to welcome, Mr. ENORTAP. Let's starting with Mr. Ron with Kings, 20, directly from Utah.
Ron, welcome. Hey, how are you?
Our friend Alan Barnes back in the house.
Alan, how's it going? Welcome.
We have Unfiller is upset. Michael, you talk about Huberdeau, not really happy about his trade, like you mentioned, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah.
About this. We have a question right away, so we try to get him right away, so it'll be over. Do you think we will ever see another goalie touch the stat quick put up in the 2020 Cup run, or is this far for reach for another goalie to do?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great run for Quick, for sure. I mean, brings back memory for me of back in the day of Ken Dryden when he was a rookie and he appeared in the playoffs for Montreal against the Boston Bruins. And that was a great run. In the future, yeah, I mean, even though these were examples of great runs, I'm sure that some other goalies will achieve that same status for sure.
I always said, Mr. Nortap, all records are going to be beat one day. And
yeah, absolutely.
I always said this way. It's nothing wrong, right? But I think it's always been this way, and you never know what could happen. But I still believe they could happen at some point. Maybe not Wayne Gretzky, but other record. But
Yeah.
look,
That's
like
about
you
the only
said,
one that's safe.
Quick have an amazing, great run on 2012. And Ron, you're absolutely right about this. Our friend Ior, he's in the house tonight.
How's it going, Ior?
He's right now in Hawaii. And it's
aye.
only 3:15 over there. He's maybe right now on the beach between wave. He hold his phone out of the hair and said, Mayday, Danny, help me, Danny, I'm going down, Danny, help me. We'll see what happens. So hopefully we can see a little bit later.
Paul Byron will be there to help him.
I will be there, but Danny is an expert on rescue, Mr. ENORTAP. Danny have a lot of rescuing. He did a lot. One of them, it was Roger. He rescued a lot, Roger, at some different level during his life. But that's a subject we can bring on the table one time, Mr. ENORTAP. But we have Mr. Everything is Big over there, Mr. ENORTAP. Joseph Laham back in the house tonight.
How's it going, Joseph?
You should, Mr. ENORTAP, get the barbecue from Joseph because the barbecue in Texas, Mr. ENORTAP, is the best on the planet. I miss the barbecue with that. But we have, we talk about rescue, we talk about saving people, everything like that. But one is impossible, right? We have the possible because we have Vinny James, 00, James Bond in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. We are covered now. We have the rescue man. We have the impossible machine in the house. Nothing could happen tonight, so we'll see what happens about this. And AOR 140 super chat coming. Thanks so much, Mr. AOR. I appreciate it a lot. That'd be great. If you want to reach at 150, maybe walk on the street, maybe get another $10 and then get 150.
Sounds like an idea. I like that.
Why not?
Do it, Eeyore. Do it.
Put your bucket on your hands. Put like Hockey Nation Live Show. Please, we need some super chat tonight, and I will bring this to you, everybody. And I don't know. That's an idea I can suggest everybody. Tomorrow, nobody works. Maybe go in the corner or you street. Pick it up your bucket. I can provide you the logo if you want to. I can email it to you, and then just go outside and put the best you can be. What do you think about this, Mr. ENORTAP?
I think it would work if we all stood at the corner with a bucket.
It's going to be a great day for the Hockey Nation Live Show. Kimberly back in the house from the West Coast, Florida. Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly. How's it going?
Keep me all the update, Kimberly, of your son. You can watch the game, Kimberly, online if you want to. I think Live Barn carry on the game or maybe a Hockey TV. But I'm pretty sure, Kimberly, the tournament Charter Cup is on the Live Barn TV live online. So, Kimberly, you can watch this about this. The Charter Cup is on many different locations. That's not necessarily all the arena because they can run over 6, 7. Oh, we have a $2 super chat, the number one of the night.
I'm ready.
Here we go, Mr. ENORTAP. Let's do it again. Super chat. Yan Jeanette, $2. Reverse. Chop. Here we go. Hey, good. Super chat, Yan Jeanette. You did not lose anything, Mr. ENORTAP. You did very good job on your movement tonight. We appreciate about this one there. Maybe you practice all week. That's possible. Could happen. Maybe your wife said, what the heck are you doing tonight before you go to bed? You chop in the bed. I don't know.
No, I didn't do that.
That's your wife now. Let's do it again. Let's go again. Never saw you, my husband, before that. So I will see happening about it. We are on fire. Tonight, Mr. ENORTAP is back. Back up.
Ready.
Mr. ENORTAP, talking about bed. We want to welcome Mr. Would Like to Sleep. Back in the house. About this. Mr. ENORTAP freeze right now. He's back right now. About the would like and we.
Oh, I missed that.
That's a good one about this one over there. Thank you so much. What about the Blackhawks fan 97? Always a pleasure to have the Blackhawks. Nick, Kate, Hopper, Joshua.
How's it going,
And
Nick?
every time I see Blackhawks, it's a great day because I'm always scared he could be somewhere somehow one day. Who knows what could have been. What about Mr. Andrew Arish? Welcome back, Mr. Andrew.
Hey, welcome, Andrew.
Said ENORTAP about this. Michael Rosenblatt ranked the trait as a good trait. I agree with you about this one, Michael. I think he said, I don't like the Wegar leaving. I agree with you. Did you watch my video today?
Yes, I did.
My wild card. Did you like it?
Oh, the wild card. Yeah.
Mackenzie Wegar.
He is.
I think
you know what? I saw your point that you were making about that. I'm not sure it's going to happen, though. I know that was your wild prediction, but I'm not sure it's going to happen.
And the reason why, because I think it fit very well what Martin Saint-Louis teach, right? The puck mover. And I think he's better to Mike Madison on my book. And the kid can play both sides, right D, left D. Great on you. I think he's better on power play unit because he never been used a lot in Florida. And every time Ekblad was hurt, he did a very good job. He's elevated his game. Not this last year, but the year before that, when Ekblad missed the rest of the year, he had an amazing, great run at the end of the year. Now, defensive zone coverage is not always perfect, but that's how they are. Those kind of offensive. You can talk about Dyson Barre, Morgan Rock. You know what I mean? Like those, they cannot be perfect on both sides of the ice, unfortunately. And but I feel like, and he costs you under $5 million.
Yeah, the key. I agree with that part. The key is you have to be careful not to put him in a position where he has to overachieve. And put him in Montreal, that would put him probably in a number 1-2 seed. And I don't think he can really reach that. I think his seed is somewhere like 3-4 on the defensive pairing, the second line, and that's where he would really shine in my eyes.
But until Justin Barron, I believe he can become that 1 and 2 with goalie. And then you have Madison and him, Wegar. And then after that, you have the Jordan Harris and you know what I mean, like Logan Mayo will be joined, Lane Olson will be there. I think it's going to be a good core, but we'll see.
And he brings some physicality too, which is important.
Exactly about this, Mr. William McLaury back in the house tonight.
William.
What about Alexandre Dubois? Alexandre, de retour dans la maison d'Hockey Nation Show. Welcome back. Said Ag is not a big loss.
Well, it would have helped. It helps complete that third line of the defense. He's a big guy. He plays a physical game. He blocks a lot of shots. He's not going to give you much offensively. You're right about that. But defensively, he won't hurt you.
Experience, Mr. Nota.
And experience, yes.
Because he's 28 years old. He signed a new contract with Detroit Red Wings. And I think that will help them because they are not much on the left side anymore. So as a third pairing. So I think that would be a hole over there. I don't know why they not sign him, but they have their own reason about this.
As of today, what's Florida's pairings defensively?
They have right now Ekblad and Gustav Forsling.
Forsling, yeah.
And now they have Montour.
Montour, yeah.
They have there with Kudas is over there. They have, of course, Carlson.
Yeah.
Carlson is the number 5, and then they have the rookie. I cannot pronounce his last name. I can see the name right now. Let me check for be sure, because I'm going to screw his name again.
I'm just curious what they're left with at this point.
Yeah.
Since the moves.
Here we go.
Because it still sounds
Max
to me
Stahl.
like
Here we go.
Okay.
Max Stahl is signed that's the reason why they let him go. They took Max Stahl, and they have Carlson from last year, and then we have
Okay, that's not
Zalin
bad.
or Zalin. I Kali Zalin look like a Sweden player as possible, and that's it. But as on the left defenseman, they are lower. Like they don't have a lot after the fourth sling. After that, it's
Yeah,
Stahl, Max Stahl. He's 35 years old. It's patch up old, right? So
yeah,
it's going to be all about Ekblad, Moto, Kudos, and fourth sling.
yeah, absolutely.
So that would be about this. But we have Love, Michael Bossy, and Guy Lafleur in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Love
Yeah,
Bossy
welcome.
Flower. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live Show. Jose, Cole, do you see Toronto trading for Larson?
No, I don't see it. First of all, I believe he's a right defenseman, if I'm not mistaken. And I think the Leafs need another left defenseman. Um, and secondly,
You have to
I
tell
don't
me
think
who is Larson right now.
I think he's talking about the one in New Jersey, that Larson.
Or Adam Larson?
Yeah, I think that's who he's talking about.
Yeah, Seattle
That's what.
Kraken.
Okay, yeah,
So he's talking
Seattle.
about
That's
the
good.
Adam Larson, 6'3", with as a right defenseman. He's been with
Yeah,
Edmonton Oilers before that. And it was the one got traded for the New Jersey Devils again at Taylor
that's right.
Hall, if I can
Yeah,
recall it.
you're right. Yeah,
And
but I don't see him going there.
I
I
don't
don't see him
see
going
a
to Seattle.
Seattle trade for him.
No.
And they need him, Seattle. It's a good, thinking about him, but I don't see this happen.
Yeah. Like I said, I think they need left defensemen more than they do right
Yep.
on Toronto. Yeah.
Mr. Terry Titus, Mr. Terry T is in the house.
Hi, Terry. How's it going?
So yesterday, my question on my YouTube channel was, who's going to get the most boo, boo and NHL, like between between Dubois, Kachuk, and Goudreau, three of them, right? And because they
Okay.
have some conversation, they trade, everything like that. And then Terry, he made a comment today. But what about, I'm going to be outside the box, he said, what about Matt Murray? Maybe he's going to be booed a lot during the year with the Toronto fans. And he makes sense at this one over there.
Maybe. You never
I
know.
didn't put his name over there, but he makes sense about bad performance. So it's something I could think about this, but you're right. Luciano Graziano, welcome back in the house.
Hey, Luciano.
What about the
Yeah.
insider of the Hockey Nation Live Show, Mr. RJ Calabo, Sports Schedule Game NHL Hockey Update. Welcome back in the house, RJ, New Jersey.
How's it going, RJ?
It was storm today, Mr. Notap.
In New Jersey or in
No,
Florida?
here.
Oh, okay. It
It was
was a nice
bad.
day here.
It
Today
was
was
bad. Like
beautiful.
afternoon, it was like it was bad. Like I was cooking at some point, and then it was like it was close. Like I was like, what the heck? Like it was old one over there.
Wait. Go back a bit. You were cooking?
Yeah, I cook.
What did you cook today?
I got today salmon with asparagus and
Ooh,
rice. That's something I hate to eat
look at
twice per week.
Coach.
And when I
That's
don't eat
awesome,
this, I eat
Coach.
chicken. So it's my meal of the day, my big meal of the day. I don't eat a lot in the morning. It's about breakfast, late morning. I get a pre-workout drink mixed with shake so it can me carry on until. So sometimes I eat before the show or
4 o'clock.
after the show. Then I had a big meal at 5 o'clock. No, we don't have a show at 6. I don't have no live streaming. So until 9, so I have a good 4 hours. Now I can have
That's
a
nice.
preparation food better. One is game live streaming, 7 o'clock. Now it's all about, cook
Is there anything?
Sunday
Is
and
there
then
any?
microwaves on the week. Unfortunately, no
Is
time.
there anything the coach doesn't do? You're amazing.
Yeah, like I said this morning, I don't play with hammer. I don't play with music. I'm not a builder. I'm a destroyer. And but in Thailand, Mr. Notap,
Uh-oh.
150. Go in the street. They give you a plastic bag, and you go back home, and
Yeah.
then it'll be
Eat.
easy to do this. I don't need to
Lots
cook
of
a lot over
shrimp
there.
there.
I'm going to lose my talent of cooking over there. Maybe I will cook on the street. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a
Hey, you
job
never
over
know.
there. Why not to helping the
Bring
people?
that tin. Bring that tin with you.
I can't wait to talk Thailand. I'm going to make video when I speak Thai with people.
Hi.
But we have Mr. KLS back in the house.
Hey, Club Sauce, how are you?
When you talk about KLS, it sounds like a gang of the gun. I don't know. It feel like strange. Like the KLS back in the house. Maybe he's the chef of the, But we have James Bond and we have Danny.
KGB.
So we are careful about this. We have everybody protect everyone. But the
That's it.
KLS, I feel like it's a 3 letters. It's not
Yeah.
sound good. It's not good. But we love him.
It's
That's
like,
the most important thing. The good news, he loved the Detroit Red Wings. He believed on them. He should be proud of them, of course, because he's going to have a great season. Mr.
it's like the
Labassi Flower,
KGB.
welcome back. Luciano, you thought on the Sharks. Coach, before you talk about him, Mr. ENORTAP, we're going to start a new hockey news of the day, news NHL of the day from ENORTAP. Next time we're going to do this. I'm working on it. So don't we, as friends. Hopefully I have the right graphic. Here we go. What do you
Wow,
think about the
Quinn.
new coach, Dan Quinn, hired by the San Jose Sharks?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have much information about Quinn. From what I've read about him, he seems to be very competent. He's good with the players. He's definitely a player's coach from what I heard. I just don't know how technical he is with his approach. Perhaps you know more about him, Coach.
Yep. So David Quinn been with the New York Rangers 3 years, Mr. Notab. It was the time with
Yes.
Jeff Gordon. I was put him on the behind the bench with Martin Saint Louis at some point. Really good speaker as a NHL Coaches Association. I've been there a couple of times. He was there. Have a great career on the NCAA. That's why he
Yeah.
really built his name over there. And with the New York Rangers, overall, is first year was not bad, but after that, he had 5.64, 5.39, and but again, he passed in the Thunder when the owners fired everybody, John Davidson, Gordon, and the coach over there. Players like him. He really good on strategic system, everything like that.
Oh,
And
yes. Okay.
and that team needs something like him, I believe. And I really like Mike Greer as the GM. Of course, they would take a little bit. It's a long process over there. You have to figure
Yeah.
out what you're going to do with the contract, and they will go on the rebuild mode at some point. I would not be surprised. This could happen with Sonata the next 12 months, 18 months. This time is going to changing and let it go. Maybe Meyer, LuCouture at the trade deadline. The restart. Kevin Laback is another one. And then Vislak have a big contract. Unfortunately, they have Carlson for long term. So
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to do. But I think Dan Quinn brings some experience, not only on the behind the coach, but behind the bench, but what he did in the past. He's really a neat skater, teacher. So I think that's a good asset for the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah. The good thing is he's not under a lot of pressure in San Jose, so it's a good approach. He can build it like the way he wants to build it,
Yeah.
and see where it goes with Greer.
And again, it's they have a couple have a good prospect. They go over there, they draft well, and it with the time, right? They have to go out like it's a will in any team you have. It's a will. You get there 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then you restart everything like that. And I think that would be about this one over there. KLS, talk about Robert Hag. What do you think about this one?
Well, we kind of talked about it before. I think he brings a good deal of experience, physicality, good defensive defenseman, and it's what Detroit kind of needed. I think Florida needed it as well, but he'll do well in Detroit. I think they got a good core of young kids there that are developing properly, and he brings that experience, which will help them continue to develop in the proper way.
I agree with you about this one over there. So left defenseman, I think he's 27, 28 years old.
I
27.
think so. Yeah.
And, you know, we've been in the league for a couple of years. And for me, if you think about Detroit, the Save Eisenman plan now is about experience. They have Chariot, and now with Ronek is 24, been in the league. They got Oli Mata, and they have Justin Osterley. I think he will not be there. Maurice Zeder is a good one. Lekstrom is only 23 years old. They bring the Mark Pichek for the Dallas Star, was with the Florida Panthers before that. They have Steven Kampfer back from the KHL, another experience. They have Jake Wallman. I think Jake Wallman was with the St. Louis Blues. But again, they have the rookie advancements coming up. So they have a mix of the experience with there. So Robin Ag just bring, it's funny, he back with now with Ben Chariot for the Florida Panthers, both of them. I like
Exactly.
you know, you talk about the priority of your top signature, Perron, Chariot, Coupe, and then those kind of players at the bottom. After that, the Mata one. Now you got the Ag over there. So he's really go deep, and that they lost Max Stahl, so that's a great to do that. So I like this.
Yeah, it's a good signing for Detroit.
And KLS said, I live in Honolulu before that.
Oh, wow.
That's
Very
good. So that
expensive.
maybe he was in the program 007, Hawaii 07. So I don't know the name of the program before that was like Hawaii 07. What was the program TV long time ago, Mr. Nata, from Hawaii?
From Hawaii?
Yeah,
Hawaii
possible.
5-0. Hawaii 5-0.
There we go. That's it. Maybe he was in the movie. We don't know about this. Maybe that's what started his career. Now he retired. Talking about moderator, not though, talking about the Vegas Golden Knight, Mr. Adam. And he said, ENORTAP, your hair is back. Here we go.
Yes, it's all
Welcome back,
there.
Mr. Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Marco Larrabee back in the house tonight. Marco, welcome back.
Hey, Marco. How's it going?
Before we talk about the subject, we want to talk. Let's go with a contract signature. Good one over there, Jonas Haller. I'm sure Joseph is happy about this. Great signature for them. 5 years, 3.4. You talk about defenseman number 4. He shift back and forth. He came for the Washington Capitals. I think it's a great signature about for them to get him. What do you think, Mr. ENORTAP?
Yeah, agreed, definitely. And it's a relatively a good price. I mean, 3.4. Maybe they could have had him for a little bit less, but it's 5 years, so I can see why it's at that. But definitely will help them.
25 years old, Mr. ENORTAP. So he picked up a couple of he picked up a couple of UF3 years. So I think it's a good move from them. And like I said to you, it could play behind Graves. And that's be something because Doug Hamilton is going to be on the right side with John Marino and Damon Severson. And I think he brings some kind of security. And we'll see if Simon and Nemec is going to start the season over there. And they have the veteran Brandon Smith as the defenseman number 6. So the back of the Devils getting a little bit better. It's strong. Them is all about a goaltending session. Backstrom, Blackwood, and Vanecek, and we'll see. So a team with Westminster.
Yeah.
What about from Kentucky? Allen and Irene Vaillancourt, they are during the off-season. I don't know what they did during the bowling standing. I don't know what's happening. But Mr. ENORTAP, they are back in the house, Mr. Allen Vaillancourt. Always a pleasure to have Mr. Vaillancourt in the house. Welcome back,
awesome.
We're not behind Mr. ENORTAP. We just take time. This is what's happening.
That's
about
okay.
This one there.
That's okay.
Mr. Rudolph Alianakian is back in the house. Mr. Rudolph, thanks for being with us. Member of the Hockey Nation Live Show.
Hey, Rudolph. Welcome.
Like a member, you can sign as a member of the Hockey Nation Live Show for $1.99 per month. And that would be support the Hockey Nation Live Show. That'd be great. About this, I almost forget is what he was talking about. Would you rather rescue someone or be rescued when you really need it? Choose only one.
Oh, choose only one. Since my life is on the line, I'd rather be rescued if that were the case. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question, I guess, after Byron and what happened.
Yeah, that's a very interesting. First of all, I would like to rescue someone, Rudolph, first, and then I hope someone go to rescue me after that. So
Yeah,
that'd be
that's
the
what I
best
mean.
point. So it's a win-win situation if I go that way, right? And because now, or you can say, I would like someone rescue me, so it'd be better, and then I can rescue someone else. That's another way to see that. But great question, Rudolph. It's almost the $100 in the toilet of the question for Shane Wright and Slavkovsky. If you have $100 in the toilet, what do? Do you pick it up or you flush it or something like that? But I don't know the answer yet. About this,
No, pick it up. You always pick it up, coach.
there we go.
And
That's
then,
the way to do this. Chicago Blackhawks have an outstanding jersey. Adam, yeah, we're going to get there. I'm not done yet, Mr. Nortap. We have another news. Jesse
more.
Bulger-Javi signed a 3 years, 1 year, $3 million. What do you think about this news?
You know what? 1 year doesn't hurt them, obviously. The fact that it's $3 million, I think I think it's a little bit too high because for me, he hasn't statistically shown that he's been able to put up the points that he was projected to. So that's about the only knock I have on him. Otherwise, he's got good size. He heads to the net. Uh, Decent skater. If only he can convert that to upping his offensive game, he'd really be a stud for Edmonton.
So I have a question for you. It's an easy one. That signature of Jesse Bulger-Javi, I have two options for Ottawa, for Edmonton, what they can do. Do you believe they will trade him, or they will sign Yamamoto, or they will let go? So it's three options with Yamamoto.
Uh, I don't know offhand what Edmonton's cap situation
All right,
is.
it's over cap.
They're over cap,
Oh
so
yeah.
they have to shred. Um,
Now
well
the
then,
over cap, I will tell you this one. Well, they are not there.
they're not there, right? So they have options then with
That's funny. They are not at the
yeah.
front page.
How many players need to be signed? Just one more,
So they have $2.9 million.
and they have to sign two players, I believe.
Four.
Four. Wow.
Four.
Who are the four besides Yamamoto?
McLeod,
Yeah,
Yamamoto,
yeah.
and they have right now, and then that's not including Mike Smith
But Mike Smith will be put on
on the
LTIR.
long-term
So
injury reserve. But
yeah,
when you go about this, they have two injuries. All right, and the good news for them, they have a 5 million. They have the good news for them, they have $6.3 million. Because remember
yeah,
the Cal Boom
yeah,
defenseman?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's the one over there. So they have
Well,
$6 million, and they have to
they
sign
can work though.
McLeod and Yamamoto, and then they have to
Yeah,
sign two new players called up.
I think that they can work that into their cap. It'll be tight, but they'll be able to do it.
I believe they're going to keep Dallin all the way this year in the lineup. I think that's the one they should look about this one over there.
Mm.
And the defenseman is not great, obviously, over there. So it's another team on the bubble, right?
Yeah,
And will be interesting to follow up. Let's rock and roll a little bit the chat so we can pick it up, and then we'll talk about the subject, Mr. Nortap.
sure.
We got all the news. Alexandre, I'm doing very good, Mr. Alexandre Dubois. Thanks for asking. Very kind of you. Miss Kelly in the house. Welcome.
Hey, Kelly, how's it going?
And so the super chat, I'm going to get a cold Frenchy tattoo. That's great, Marco. It's not on sale yet. What say about this? A super donation. Yes, Mr. Love. Thank you again, Mr. Yann Jeunet. And a live stream, Mr. Notap, without a question from Renault, it's a boring live stream. We need always a question from Renault. Is back in the house. Renault, welcome back.
Renault, he's our man.
He asked you who win the Ty Smith and the Marino trade on your view.
Oh, I think Marino's the better player in my eyes. I think I don't like what I've seen of Ty Smith so far, defensively especially. He's got a lot of gaps in his game, but I mean, he's young. He can still develop, but I thought Marino defensively had much more to offer.
So they have other things behind that, and it was all built because every move they have a reason behind. It's not like you make one move and then it's okay. They're thinking if we move that piece, we need to add that piece, and we have to go that way. So the piece of Marino leave Pittsburgh was to welcome Jeff Petrie.
Yes.
Because there are no right defensemen, so Petrie become number 2.
Right.
On the left defenseman, they pick up Ty Smith, where they already have Dumoulin, they already have Peterson. Peterson is becoming number 4 over there, and now they have a Ty Smith number 6, where he is a right share over there, and they signed Jan Ruta for that's helping them as the bottom of the 4, 5, 6. So I think overall, Pittsburgh did well. On the flip side, Pittsburgh, the New Jersey Devils, Mr. Notap, it's taking a bit longer. Doug Hamilton, now you have John Marino, and at some point they go to trade Severson.
Right.
And that's, for me, that's a better way to do that, because the Hamilton, Severson, they are both of them offensive players. So they are depth on the right side. I think at some point they will make a move for Severson, and that's the way. For me, I would prefer to have John Marino at Ty Smith.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
And both are young. Smith is only 22, have a bad year last season. Marino did not play well. He's only 25. But you talk about a 6 big guy, and I think Marino I would prefer him overall.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you again, Yann, about this. I don't want to be I remember Mr. Notable, but I wonder what the job pay.
Hey, it's free. Don't worry, Rudolph.
How much does second Haller and Marino boost the Devil backhand?
Quite a bit. I think that they were both very good additions for them. I think it helps them. It's we're looking at goaltending as their biggest nemesis here. They have to really solve that part of the equation.
You're absolutely right about this. Now, he's really used a lot, Sagan Haller. He was the pairing number 1 last season, and it was with Graves. So Ren is a prone injury sometimes. The only thing I would say for you, Mr. Notap, the left defenseman is not great. We have Brendan Smith over there. Another thing I would say to you, Mr. Notap, why I would say Marino is Stevenson, and maybe this year or next year, Simon Nemec is going to be another right defenseman for them.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And
so
might even
they will have to find a way to get a left defenseman a little bit more, and it's easier to find those left defensemen in the shot.
Yeah, and he might even make it this year, Coach. We don't know. Nemec?
Yeah, he's a right defenseman, but...
Yeah. So we'll see how he develops. I mean, obviously the best thing would be for him to have one more year under his belt before he joins the team, but we saw what happened with Seider, right, in Detroit this year.
Marco, he does not want to open the fire, but he asked you about this. I want to see an after coach debate for Huberdeau coming to Montreal.
Hey, Marco, you don't know me very long, but I've been saying it for the last 2 years, actually, that eventually, ever since I heard Huberdeau say that he would love to one day play for Montreal, this guy will find a way. And this has just opened up the door, because up until now, coach has been kind of trying to convince me that he's never going to leave Florida. He loves it here, which I think he does. I don't disagree with that. That's why he was so upset about leaving. But I think this trade now has opened up the door wide open. And if for whatever reason he doesn't like it in Calgary, which I personally think Calgary will take a step back this year, then he might like the opportunity to play in Montreal and be close back at home and help Montreal. Now I know he's a little bit on in age. He's I think 29 this year, but Montreal's not going through a full total rebuild here. Like we got to keep some things in mind. They had a really bad year last year because yes, they did have a bad team, but they also had a lot of injuries. They led the league in man games lost. And if these players stay healthy and the youth keep developing like they have, and they've drafted well, and now they're managed well, like this team can the process of that rebuild can be very much accelerated. And I think that that's what Jeff Gordon and Kent Hughes were alluding to, that they don't see this as a long-term project. And one final thing I would say is at the end of this upcoming year, Montreal is going to have a lot of cap space because they're going to lose contracts of guys like Hoffman and Dvorak is still cheap, but they're going to lose a few others. They're going to have something like 16, 15. I did the math. It was around $15, $16 million to play with. And that might be enough to pick up Huberdeau.
You're going to be a great politician one day. You should consider this at some point, Mr. ENORTAP. I think it would be great. I think, great song. I love the song. That you did very well on that one over there. But here's my point I will say to you. If ever he's going to UFA,
yeah,
I said he's going to go somewhere else in Montreal because the market is going to get about $10 million in 5 years. And I think Montreal can afford to have him where they at. I think if he was 1 year later, but he's going to be already 31, 32 years old, the risk would be too big about this. I think he's going to targeting another team in USA. I'm going to surprise you. I think the Dallas Star could make a big move with him at some point.
I don't think so.
But what it would be your chance to him to sign back over there? 50-50, 73, 40-60?
With Montreal?
No, with Calgary.
I would. Well, right now, I mean, it's hard to say, right? But I would put it at about 50-50 right now.
Yeah, me too. I'm right there about this one. There, I think Calgary is going to make it. They're going to keep him over there, and but I'm not sure about Wegar over there because they have a lot of signature. They have Zadorov now. They have Anefin. They have Anderson. They have Killington. And I miss another one, DANY. So Wegar would be another plus. And I think they cannot carry on 5 defensemen at $4 million, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah.
So I believe Wegar could be traded at the trade deadline. Now, if they don't make the playoff or we have a really bad year, I would be shocked. I don't see that. Now, Huberdeau could be on the trade deadline. But if they are part of the trade Calgary don't want to take a risk to lose another good role at that moment. Because that's the biggest fear is, as a fan, Calgary, you have a good year. Now you go to February, say, cannot trade them. We are right now in the race of the playoff. So they cannot move them. And now, after the playoff, you don't go second round, you get eliminated at some point. Now you possibly lose both of them. That's maybe my biggest fear for the Calgary. So they will have to make a move for Huberdeau. I still believe Huberdeau will stay in Calgary.
Yeah, but if I'm Huberdeau, I wouldn't sign. I wouldn't sign right away with Calgary. Like I'd wait and see what happens.
Oh no, they would not sign. But my point, they would not wait until next year. If they see this, I would not be surprised he signed in December or in January, or they will not go all the way. they would offer him a bigger contract and talk to them earlier. Whatever he would say, oh, I don't want to negotiate during the year, they'll maybe tell them, look, can we renegotiate in January, example, or can we talk each other? That's what I feel they will do.
Well, they got the money. They can definitely do that. They have
Yeah.
the Goudreau money. They have part of the Kachuk money as well that they would have offered him. So
I,
that's true, I guess. But I still think my campaigning hashtag Huberdeau to Montreal, it's gonna work.
about this, I'll tweet one more on my flash for that. Will Budget Javi think Ireland will move Yamamoto?
I think he'll sign him because from the sounds of it, they have the money to do it. So
I agree with you about this right now. I think it'll
yeah,
be a sign every time. Now, not said they will maybe trade one of them during the off season, but I think they
yeah,
will
that is
sign them.
possible.
Pierre Martin, welcome aboard.
Hey Pierre, how's it going?
Alexandre Dubois said, I saw Ike play a lot with the Buffalo. He just said, I'm happy they did not resign him about this. Yeah, he's a third pairing defenseman. It's nothing much about this. Seattle was right, coach. Another problem. Would you take Bedard or Michkov at number one coach? What about you, Mr. Notap?
Just looking at it right away, I'd say Bedard. I mean, you can make a case for Michkov because he's got a little bit of height over Bedard, and he's also got great hands, a great shot as well. But for me, I think Bedard's number one overall.
Yeah. I see a lot of Michkov, I'll be honest with you, but of course, same thing. They are so good, both of them. You don't make any mistake. Like Sakoski may be a risk. Shane Wright may be a risk. You don't know what will be happening. Both of them is super elite. You cannot make any mistake with both of them. It's all going to be your best top 10 players in the next 10, 7, 8 years in NHL. As a McDavid, McKinnon categories on my side. The only thing in Michkov, he signed contract with Richard until 2025, 2026. But otherwise, just amazing player, Mr. Notap. You don't make any mistake with both of them.
And I would even venture to say, I throw into the equation Fantilli as well. I mean, Fantilli at center brings you even more height. I think he's 6'3", if I'm not mistaken. And really, that's the guy I'm rooting for Montreal. If you can get a centerman like that, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about this. New NHL rule for star players should be the address fan if they are trade or decide to sign with another team. Fan pay for their big contract dollars, show some respect for the fans, sir.
Yeah, that's my fear, coach, is that I think we're starting to see the opening of a door here where players are now starting to dictate, when they get traded, where they get traded to sometimes. I think, I mean, I'm very old school. A contract's a contract. You sign a contract for 6 years, you honor that contract for 6 years. And they should have a moratorium at the end of the season for about 3-4 weeks where no other team is allowed to tamper with that player. And you try to negotiate a contract with that player that belongs to you because you drafted that player. If that doesn't work out, then he becomes a free agent. But that's just my opinion. I don't see loyalty anymore.
But first of all, for me, is I'll be a fan of this one. I would say, first of all, the player become a UFA. He can go anywhere he wants to. You don't have to stay where he wants. You have a clearly did what he's supposed to be by the CBA. And when he get 26 years old, he can go anywhere he wants to. Now, the situation of Matthew Tkachuk, it's not happened a lot. You don't have like a lot of players would do what Matthew Tkachuk did right there. You always have one player per year. They have difficult time to make a signature every turn of that.
Dubois is doing the same thing. I know he's signed now for 1 year, but I mean, he was doing exactly the same thing, right? I just think this is going to open up a door, a Pandora's box, that it's going to really set the NHL back, you know, in terms of just proper development of the league as a whole. And people are going to choose, hey, I want to play for Florida. I want to play for LA. Beautiful weather. Why wouldn't you want to play there? Why do you want to play in Winnipeg or Montreal with the winters that they have there? That's not right either.
Yeah, but I would say you another way where that's the changing in NHL for the last 2 years. They signed a player at 22, 23 years old. When they gave him a bridge contract a couple of years ago, they should sign him for 8 years. Catch up. Yeah. And now you don't have that kind of situation happening at 25 years old like he is right now, or 24, whatever it is. So you can see last year the $9 million, the $8 million, the 7 year, the 8 years at 22, 23, 21, 23. Because now they bring them all the way at 30 years old. And they know now they're best. They are like the Zuski, but you get Werenski, you get Hughes and Vancouver. And that's the way. They took a chance with Kachuk and they paid the price for that one over there. Where, for me, they should not say that because they got winner. They won that trade. Calgary.
Yeah.
So I don't see that. Now, they have two things I would say to you is going on in NHL. If they don't fix it, that would be a difficult. They will have to find a way to give Canadian team kind of advantage for the tax or something like that. I don't want to go deep because I'm going to have another show this week, and this come from Luciano, said, what kind of rule you going to change or something like that? But I believe to squeeze a little bit more like everywhere, the tax should be always the same way. I understand you pay more the tax over there, but you should equal the salary at some point. Again, I don't know the deep on that one. Is maybe we have to think more, but something this way. Does it make sense?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I've been screaming that for years. I think it's totally unfair for Canadian teams.
The second thing I see right now, Mr. Notar, I'm sorry I cut you, is
no, it's okay.
They have a disparity between the top and the bottom of the plus about the money. So right now, if you play the bottom six and the defensemen 4, 5, and 6, you don't make money anymore in NHL.
Yeah,
you sign 750, 750, 1 million, 750, 750, 1 million. And I think it's not fair. And I don't say cut the money from the top, but because the salary cap is so tight, they can have no choice about this. But if you think about this, you have 4 or 5 players. Let's go with Calgary right now. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in the lineup right now under $1 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we talk about the third pairing, goaltender backup, and at least 2 players at the bottom 6 of your team. So that's the thing. Again, I don't know what is the solution right there, but some point it's not fair. It should have maybe a minimum $1 million or something like that, and they have to deal with the salary cap. But it's hard when you get only $750 for players. I feel like it's not fair. When someone win like $8 million, $9 million. I understand it's the talent wise, but what's the point? Like when I said that, Mr. Nortap said, if you play on the third line, 4 line, and you said, I make only $750, and this guy make $7 million, when I would go through the, I don't know. I just feel like something missing.
No, that's right. There's a big disparity between that, and I think in part it's caused by the upper echelon players that are commanding these huge contracts, and unfortunately GMs are faced with the fact that their third and fourth line can't surpass a certain total sum in terms of their wage, right? And so you're looking for $1 million players.
And now the question back to Luciano, he was talking about the players should thank the city where they're leaving, everything like that. I saw in the past, Luciano, some player pay a full page newspaper. Maybe don't exist anymore like it was in the past, but some player did it. Now, Huberdeau did not do it from Michael Rosenblatt, unfortunately, and he may be paid right now for the people, fans are upset about this, but on the flip side, he's maybe still upset about this, and right now he's upset about Bill Zito, the Panthers, everything like that, and I can understand his feeling. That's not make an excuse, but I still believe at some point he will go back and tell about this. I would not be surprised it could happen in the next couple of days, everything like that. But I can understand.
I agree. Channel. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that once it settles down a little bit and the dust settles, he'll reach out, because they're two separate things, right? What Zito did versus how he feels about the fans, and I don't think he has any beef against the fans, obviously, and he loved being in Florida, so I can see him going back. But I also understand his point; like, he wasn't even really extended a word to sort of say this is why we need to trade you, and I get it.
Welcome, Mr. Tim Morrison.
Hey, Tim, welcome.
Renaud said, I'm going to go intermittent fasting in Thailand. It's not always healthy. Renaud, yeah, I know that. A lot of rice coming in my stomach. Maybe get out of the blood drain to cook there. Then we have KLS said it's not good. He started calling and me that way, KLS. If Matt Murray presumably crashed a burn like the Edinburgh disaster, then it would trigger the firing of Dubas before the All-Star break.
Well, the good thing is they went and picked up Varlamov, and I think that if Murray goes down to injury,
Samsonov,
Samsonov, so he'll be able to fill in admirably for him. I think that was a good move for. I think it was just over $1 million, if I'm not mistaken.
1.8.
It's 1.8. It's a good safety net for the Leafs. But
yeah, if he's healthy, I think he'll be fine. I think they are the best team right now in that division. I don't see whatever he's struggle. They have too much good team over there. They are too good, and Samsonov is going to pick it up. So whatever he struggle, he pick up number 2, and that'll be fine. I think they'll be all right. I think Toronto is going to have win their first round next season. I'm working on my prediction. I'm not going to tell my prediction everything, but that's one thing. Since TABERNAK is in the house.
Welcome.
Quinn is very interesting. I think San Jose Phenomen did something smart. I agree with you about this one over there. Question from William. Pittsburgh, Washington have only missed the playoff 11 captain in the last 15. Do you think they will consider a playoff run this year?
I think one of them might not.
That's my answer.
Yeah, one of them. I think both Boston and one of these two teams will not make the playoffs.
And I can answer Washington, but if I have a team to pick, I think it would be Washington. Out.
It's hard. It's hard to bet against Crosby, but then same thing with Ovechkin, you could say.
So I would say Pittsburgh is in. They have the same core.
Pittsburgh's the oldest team right now in the NHL.
But it's not a matter for me. They have the same core. And Washington going to lose Nicklas Backstrom. They lost Justin Schultz. And you say, oh, yeah, Comper. But still, and they are older. And they're going maybe possible Tom Wilson not start the season.
That's right, yeah.
So for me, when I look both of them, I think Pittsburgh has a little bit advantage to make the playoff.
Yeah, I would agree.
Should the NHL player be contractually bound to do more publicity year around to outgrow the face band instead better left the pencil pushing suit that order them? I still believe they do a lot, Renault. During the season, it's really hard. They don't practice enough. But during the season, guys, the Plus Vegas is everywhere. Anthony Sclair, before he got hurt, it was everywhere. And they are doing a lot. Look, Ziski, what he's doing in Montreal right now with Caulfield, Josh Anderson. they do a lot during the off season. On my eyes.
Yeah.
So
a lot of good community outreach
yeah,
programs that they're involved in.
during the winter time, during season it's hard, but they will visit hospital. They have some opportunity like that. And some player does this, and nobody knows about this, by the way.
That's right. Yeah.
More physical, a younger style. You're absolutely right about this. For KLS, I play for Key Lucky M going to Detroit. Pierre-Luc, that's it. I'm so all right. Coach, the reason why I asked about the EIHL last night was because it was come up on my Facebook feed. Oh, that's awesome. It's a league in England. That's great. Mr. Elu Biakuchi back it up from Montreal, fans number 1. Welcome back.
Hey, Elio.
Elio. 1 year, $800,000. Nick, if you have a lot of everyone, all good. Mr. Renault, if you could answer any kind of contract clause and ask player who it will and why, as in no video game for Caulfield and the bet by Tom Clark for price.
They all need a clause, Renault. They all need a clause. I agree with you.
No parry at 11 o'clock Monday to Friday.
Don't forget, if you're Lou Lamorello, you can't have long hair, and you can't have any facial hair either.
Absolutely right about this one over there. That's it. Only 25 likes. Take a moment to click on the likes. Thanks so much, KLS, to remind everybody about this. Pierre Martin said I will sign Yamamoto before Pulju Javi. One thing that bugs me about Pulju is always licking his face from some reason, kind of like Mackin bite his jersey. About this one over there. Yeah, possible.
Yeah, now that you bring it up, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. McDavid should take a pay cut, Renault. Bonjour, Steve G is in the house from Aspen. Frank Salazar, welcome back.
Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Larson Cruz is still a RFA. I'm surprised I never seen him. Yeah, I know. They're still looking to trade him a check run at some point, Frank. But I would not be surprised. They are not in the rush. They have like $25 million and they are under minimum. So it will happen at some point, Frank. Don't worry. But great question about this. I think they want to. Mr. Saul Nelson is in the house. Welcome back.
Hey, Saul. Welcome.
Tonight, great subject matter. Always, Rick Robitaille. Welcome back in the house, Ricky.
Hey, Rick. How's it going?
Coach, do you think Dumba would be traded for the Minnesota Star?
No.
I agree
They
with you.
rely on him.
Gotta see that about that one there. Alexandre Dubois. Who do you think is gonna be the rookie of the year? Owen Power, Mathieu Bernier. Thank you, Coach.
Matthew Beniers, it depends. But I mean, if things go as predicted in terms of development, it could very well be Power from Buffalo. But he's a defenseman, and usually it's harder for them to get the Calder. I mean, we saw what Matty Beniers could do when they brought him up late in the season last year. He was on fire for them. So I would probably put my money there.
Yep. I would say to you, Alexandre, you have two Russian players. One's coming for the Vancouver Canucks, Mazenko, something like that. But the one for Columbus, guys, remember, Kirill, not Kaprizov, but Kirill Marchenko is 22 years old. It's coming to play for the Columbus Blue Jackets, signed his first contract in NHL. As a player to have to remember. And then for the Vancouver Canucks, I screw his name, so the better to get picked up very well is Kuzmenko, Mr. ENORTAP. So I just want to do two names to remember. They are all both eligible for the Rookie of the Year. And you can add with this possible Marco Rossi for the Minnesota Wild. That's under one to watch him, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah, for sure.
Rick's a Calgary Flame, great stuff under pressure. about that. Bill Javi has not many expectations yet. I'm leaning in the direction that he won't. Possible. I still sometimes take a little bit longer about this. Renaud said, I can see Huberdeau and Montreal 7 for $10 million. That is, I have not signed Odenker Robinson with 11 and space. Renaud, yeah. I still believe Dallas is working for something, but they will come. That's not a problem. Don't expect too much about Oettinger, but expect a long contract for Robinson. Wait until the economy boom again in Alberta. Calgary is going to throw all the money at UB, and for the penny and for the pound, I expect that one over there. Huberdeau versus Dubois. I was not impressed a lot by Huberdeau in the playoff. Why did Florida do so bad compared to Rangers visit Tampa?
Well, I would ask Pierre, were you impressed with anybody on Florida in the playoffs? Because I wasn't impressed with Barkov. I wasn't impressed with Ekblad. I wasn't impressed with. I mean, the only one probably that I thought played well was Verhaeghe.
Yeah, Giroux.
And Giroux was okay. Yeah,
1 point per game,
okay.
almost 1 point. I would say this, ENORTAP. They never recover from the end of the season with the 3 loss and the 10 goal in Montreal. They have something inside the locker room happening. It was completely messed up over there, and I don't know who, whatever it is. Huberdeau was part of this one over there. I don't see Huberdeau in Montreal at all. I think he's going to go somewhere. The Pierre Dubois, he put me very nervous because he have some red flag around him. I don't say he's going to be like that, but for me, he need to prove for the next 2 years he's just play hockey and not be distracted by the. It reminds me a little bit of Piquet Subban. Dubois is really distracted about everything outside, where he's not in control. And all these fun things, and I think it should be only focused on hockey. So I want to see him before Montreal sign him. But between both, I think Dubois is better because the age and the control will be lower. And
the physicality.
Yeah.
He's probably better playoff suited than Huberdeau is at this stage.
I agree with you about this one over there. Does Oettinger merit ask for the top 5-7 salary for goalies? No, Renaud.
Not yet.
The money is not there anymore for the goalies anyway. I think he's going to get a bridge contract. $4 million. I will be surprised go over this for minimum 2 years.
2 years.
And that's pretty much what I expect for him. Could be at 3, but not there. I agree 100%. Pierre Hubé versus Bill de Plave does not get into the inside of the ice. I agree with you about this one over there. Great local, Mr. That was top 5, and then he turns out I'm going to get there. We're just behind a bit. I try to catch up. What do you think about the Canucks reverse retro 2.0, Yann? Looking good. The team NHL bring a retro jersey this year. When do you guys think Nezar will play?
He's at least 2 years away.
Well, first of all, he's going to be in the NCAA, so he's not going to be for at least 2 years. Blackhawks could be at 3 years. But he's going to be a great asset for the Chicago at long term for that one over there. We're getting down, Mr. ENORTAP. We're getting there. Kane and blue, green, Wallace, Weller logo, Blackhawks. We're getting there. If you want to see the logo, guys, I can shift in there. We're going to ask you this. Not to change on the plug. Coming hockey is hockey, business, business. That's the thing or not. We have 7 years on service, and then you are free 27. 25 for league like this are better. Pierre, I'm talking about more having press. They talk each other. Let's move on. Florida Panther agreed Harry Bowlby 1 year contract. Did not play in the NHL last season. Player chauffeurs do more production. They need to prove the game. I think they do a lot on my hand. Grudeau ran out of Calgary. Never looked back. The leash. The less he cut, do what he said. Thank you, Luciano. I think that situation, Luciano. Again, I don't understand why Calgary did not fix problem in June and not wait the last minute. At least the July 1st, they should know exactly what's going on with him. And he could create his right, Mr. ENORTAP, at before the trade deadline start.
Do you think he would have stayed if Goudreau stayed?
I don't know. When a plus guys that are signed 5 days before and he doesn't know what he's going to do, move on.
Not a good sign. Yeah.
Not a good sign. No, no. Goodrow did make a thank you. Yeah, he did about this over there. Like that's many one deal. And not about Johnny Hockey. At Ron, he did a video calls. He had no to conference with media. At least he did. I miss it there. He did Luciano press conference with Columbus, and he did a lot of media with
social media.
NHL Network. He did, but now you never see a player back in Calgary do a media. I don't know if that's what he's looking for, but he did everything: press conference. He did athletic interview. Did ESPN, NHL Network. It was really available, Luciano, about it. I don't want to, defend him, but that's happening. So the show was leaving at first, but he don't said bad thing about a few things. But might screw up. He deserved to be chased out there. Price Manor was really taking and win money for the team. They knew that. So better Dallas again right now easily. Calgary won the championship, so he will have done conference, but he won nothing. Con said thank you. Make no sense him to do. There you come, Mr. Jeremy N in the house.
Welcome, Jeremy.
Samson is the lead angel of the Dome. Yes, but we can get the guy. Samson is going to be super good way to lead fans, especially Kelly. I agree with you. I think Samson can be good. Washington out, 3 backs on for Strom, not good. Samson just swap out a lot of part of defense, could get the Muppet curse effect this year. How are you doing, Coach? I'm doing great, Jeremy. Thanks for being part of the show tonight. The Muppet. Marco, you want to know the Muppet curse. That's something for the subject. We try to pick it up everything right now, guys. And je pense que pas le gars est de par côté. Danny guess il n'est pas censé, mais il pourrait rester dans la fenêtre. And we have no cue, Mr. ENORTAP.
Looks like we're good. You chop.
Well, we have one here. Do you see Tampa falling from grace a lot with the move they made this offseason?
No. I still think they'll be a very strong team. Probably at par with what they did this year. I know they lost a couple of key players, but at some point they'll find a way. They always do to implement somebody. They'll pick up somebody and they'll help fill in that third, fourth line.
Yep. Frank, so do you give in a contract au Huberdeau same season in Florida? The obvious choice the younger players. Huberdeau is stay in Calgary for 10 for 6, 10 million 6 years. I expect he's going to get that kind of money about this. RJ get the money for. Sorry again?
We'll get both.
Yeah, but no. I hope so not. Do you think Jack Hughes will ever play for the Kings? It could be good for them. No.
I doubt it. I think New Jersey will tie him up for.
Here we go, Mr. ENORTAP. It's time to get there. We have Sven logo. This is the original logo of Sven team, Mr. ENORTAP. And we're going to go through this, each one of them. And then what I'm going to do, Mr. ENORTAP, is I'm going to give you the Mighty Ducks, right?
Okay.
And you're going to ranking them for 1 to 5. The 5 is the best. The 1 is the worst. And then one specific players you remember of the Mighty Ducks. You don't have to be the best player. Just said, oh, the Mighty Ducks, I remember Mickey Mouse. I don't know. But that's just give you an idea about this. And the people in the chat, stay with me. If we talk about Anaheim Ducks, don't tell me what's happening with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Willie Stargell did not play for them with Manny Seguin. All right? So, and it not happen. All right? So, Barry Bonds was not part of the game, of course, for the Pirates. So, that's what we had about this. Mr. ENORTAP, let's start with the Mighty Ducks. First logo, original team. Who do you remember the most? And ranking 1 to 5 in the chat, please do the same thing.
for the logo. I'd give the logo a 4, and the first name that popped up in my mind was Paul Correa.
Which one?
You? Paul Correa.
Paul Correa. That's a great pick about this one over there.
How about you?
Pierre Martin. Yann said 4 and 5. Pierre Martin says Giguère about this.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Mighty Ducks, the Quack Quick, the Quack Quack, Mr. RJ. That's a good one. Danny said Paul Correa.
Yeah.
Adam Guy Hébert. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Run go 5 and 5. Ducks for Pierre Martin. Blackhawks go with 3. Joseph Scott with Scott Nethermeyer about this.
Yeah.
Alexandre Dubois 4 and 5 with Giguère. Blackhawks 3. Mighty Ducks logo today would be the best logo. Just wait strong. Jordan Tile, welcome aboard. Steve Russian, Jose Tomatic disqualifié for this day association. I like it, Marco, about this one over there. How much? You said 4 and 5?
I said 4 out of 5 and Paul Correa.
Yeah,
You?
that's a great one over there, Mr. ENORTAP. 4 and 5 is a great one. Yeah, you have to go all the way at the beginning. In 1993, I believe it was the same year with the Florida Panthers, right?
Yes.
So that's a good player. So there, a lot of players. I don't need to add more. I will talk all the same players anyway.
I'm surprised nobody came up with Timo Solani yet.
Yeah, it's more after. That thing it was the Ducks more. Solani for me, I would be the Winnipeg Jets. But let's move on with the Buffalo Sabre, Mr. ENORTAP. 1970. The logo, ranking, and the players you remember the most at that organization.
The Buffalo one, I've always liked the Sabres with the Buffalo design, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5, and for me it's Gilbert Perreault.
Gilbert Perreault and a 5 versus 5. Wow! Now you surprised me, Mister.
I like that. I like that original Sabre design.
Yeah. I will go only. We have a few people, Mr. Yann, 3 and 5. Dominic Hachek for him. Yeah, Marco Edisney just put out the Mighty Ducks film. 5 and 5 for Alexandre Dubois. He's a team number 1 for Alexandre. He loved the Buffalo. I love his emoji right now. And he said about the French connection. Ronwick Kings 3 and 5. Blackhawks 3 and 5. And I'll agree with them with 3 and 5. Marco 4 and 5. Darren Pupa, the goaltender, about this. Adam Brad May. Jake Hines 2 and 5. And then he said no letters, but he said ugly logo. Pierre Martin said 5 and 5. French connection. 3 and 5.
That's a classic jersey. I like that.
Pat Lafontaine.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah.
I was trying to get something different. Mr. ENORTAP.
Lafontaine.
Lafontaine for them by Mr. Let's move on with the Blackhawks Chicago, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah, Chicago is probably, I hate to say it because I'm a Montreal fan, but it's probably the best one for me in the entire league. I give it 5 out of 5. And I would say Bobby Hall for me.
Bobby Hall. Yann go with 4 and 5. Jeremy Roenick, Mr. ENORTAP. He go. Well, Jeremy have a great career over there. Blackhawks go with 5 and 5 plus 100. Ronwick King go with only 2 and 5.
Wow.
Oh, surprisingly that one over there. Alexandre Dubois, 4 and 5. Patrick Kane. Luciano Graziano, Steve Lammer. And Would Like to Sleep, 5 and 5. The Eagle. About this one, like. I go with 5 and 5, and I have to go with Denis Savard.
Yeah, that was my second choice.
1 and 5, Marco is talking about the cultural appropriation. Yeah, I can understand that, but about this, Chicago, nice logo, Esposito. And Adam said Stu for the Stu Grimson for that team over there. Blackhawks, are you kidding me? Guys, he's upset about this, Blackhawks. And 0-5, never like it at all. Jake said Bobby Hall, Pierre Martin, and Chicago 5. The Colorado Rockies, Mr. ENORTAP.
Well, that particular logo is not my favorite for Colorado. I think it improved later on. So I would give it 3, and I would go with Joe Sakic.
Joe Sakic. Any reason why?
Oh, he's just one of my favorites when I was growing up. And these were.
But how do you relate Joe Sakic, the Rockies? Oh, yeah, I can understand that one over there. So the Rockies become the Devils, but
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a reach.
We tried to talk about the Colorado Rockies and not the Colorado Avalanche.
Okay, I got you. Let me think about it. Go on. Let me think about somebody.
Me, I remember Mr. ENORTAP, Barry Beck.
Oh, big Barry Beck on defense.
For the New York Rangers, straight over there. About this one over there. That's one of really, I believe.
That's a good one. Yeah.
And then, remember, Will Payment play with there. Will Payment play in the Rockies.
Yeah.
Rockies 2-5, 0-5, Alexandre, where he want to go. And again, we don't talk about the Colorado Avalanche, but we talk about the Rockies. Chico Resch, Mark said 4-5. Adam go with Adam, 4-5, Joseph. Rockies 1-5. Don't Cherry. I like it. A lot of people talk about Chico Resch.
Yeah.
Now,
Chico Resch.
We have the Detroit with a double wing, Mr. ENORTAP. Don't exist anymore with a tire between the wing. And we're still talking about the Detroit Red Wings. What do you think? And that logo and the players.
The Motor City logo with the wheel and the wings. I'd give it, you know what? I'll go with 3. Like I'm almost at 4, but let's go with 3, and I got to go with Gordie Howe.
Mark, Red Wing 5-5, Eiserman. Ever mess with the winger wheel about this? I'll go with 4-5. I'm between. You said 3 and 4, right?
Yeah, I would. Can we pick decimals? Can we put in decimals? Because I'm a 3.5, if really.
You can go 3.5.
Sure.
Steve 0-5, and Steve has a Alexandre 0-5, and Dominic Hachek. I would say 3 and 4, and there's so many players over there we can mention, right? That team has so many players. I will go with Lidstrom. Yep.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Yep. Marco will go with Paul Eiserbard. I almost got him last year, Marco. I talked to him on Facebook, by the way. 1-5. Oh, Joseph, like it. 5, and Fedorov. And would like Ted Lindsay. That's a good one over there. Sure. Pierre 6-5 with Steve Eiserman.
Sure.
Do you know who's the next, the Tiger or something like that?
The Boston Bruins, I believe.
Yep, exactly. Who do you think?
Well, particular logo I'm not really too big on. I would say, I would give it maybe a 3, and of course, how can you not say Bobby Orr?
Bobby Orr and a 3 for Mr. ENORTAP. Yeah, a 3 for me for sure. I have to go with the Frenchy Ray Bourque.
Ray Bourque right after, yeah.
Yep. That would be my player for them. You have so many. You can go with Phyllis Puisto and, you know,
Yeah.
you have so many over there.
Carl Badney, Brad Park.
Yep.
Yeah, there are a few.
Alexandre 05
But
et Brett Marchand. Yann Jeunesse go 1-5 with Joe Thornton over there.
Yeah. Well,
Anybody else?
Thornton was quite the force there.
Yep. And we can go with the Alfred Whalers, the time people. Oh, we have Marco and out 2-5. The Hamilton Tiger got Tim Thomas about this. Darcy Lowen for Adams. And the Alfred Whalers.
Yeah, that's
London
a nice
Buyers
logo.
for Mr. Adam.
Yeah. I like the design very much. The color is not as much, but I'd give it 4.5, just because of the actual design with the whale there. And I'm thinking Ron Francis.
Ron Francis about this. Jan Mark Har or Gordy Orr or Marty Orr 4-5. Ron with 4-5. Newfoundland Ryder Michael Ryder 3-5 for Blackhawks. Save G 05 for Rayburg. I go with 5-5 for the Whalers. Marco go with Mike Leott about this. Save G 5-5. There's so many players we can hit over there. Dane Vinson, Dave Tippett, everything.
Ray Ferraro.
Surgeon is Sylvain Surgeon been over there, right? I'm going to go with Ulf Samuelson, Mr. Nota.
Yes. How can we forget Samuelson?
Yep. I love Joseph. John Anderson was a great player, Mr. Nota, for the
Yes, he
Hartford.
was.
That's it. We never talk about John Anderson, Joseph. I'm glad you bring him about this one over there. The Minnesota Wild, what do you think about them?
The Minnesota Wild. Okay, so I like it. It captures quite a bit, and I like the design too of the motif of the wild. I'll give it 4, and I'm thinking Mikko Koivu.
Oh, Mikko Koivu. I'm not impressed by them. Honestly, I don't really. Jan go with 4-5 at Gaborik. Ron
Yes,
King 5-5 at Gaborik. 2-5 for Marco. I don't like the green for Gaborik. A lot of people talk about Gaborik, Mr. Notap. I go with 2, me too. I don't see really. And then Ryan Sutter.
Ryan Sutter's another good one. Yeah.
Yep. Mr. Albuquerque Turkey back in the house. We have the turkey. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Glad to see you, my friend. Long time. Hopefully doing well. You have a great off season. I can wait for the next. The Montreal Canadiens.
Well, that's the old design. I'm not crazy about that one. I love their new one, but that one there, I'll give it 3.5. And of course, Guy Lafleur.
Montreal Canadiens. This one was almost the original, honestly. And
Yes.
Jan go 1-5. I would give them a 4 anyway. And you said Guy Lafleur. I have a Zoom meeting all week. Don't forget about the Canada Thrasher logo. The Thrasher bird with hockey, I think, not the good for the bat. Angelo, welcome back in the house. Kaprizov, 3-5. We like said 5-5. Blackhawks 2-5. Montreal logo remind me too much of the farm toilet seed. But good Lafleur about this. Alexandre said Abs Gomez.
Gomez, really?
Because you take Guy Lafleur, I will go with Jean
You want me to
Béliveau.
take Bob Gainey?
I think about this too, but I will go with Jean Béliveau, the classy Jean. I have to go with that one
Absolutely.
over there. New Jersey Devils, Mr. Nota.
New Jersey. I'm going to go with 3 and Patrick Eliash.
It was the 1-2. Marco Abs 5-5. He looked like a 3-year-old through it. Roy. Pierre Martin 2. Rocket Richard Gum Worsley. Martin Brodeur for Yann at 2-5. Gomer Ab love it. Joseph. Mark for the Devils. The Horn and the Devils. Then Martin Brodeur. Danny de Montreal go like up 1-5 for Blackhawks, 2-5, and he talk about Saturn, don't like the green circle. Scott Steven for Joseph, Steve 1-5, and I would go with 3 for me for the Devils, and I try to beat friends like everybody else, so I just try to get something else, and I think I will go with them because he's been there for many years. Not about the talent, but I think he represents very well the Devils. I have to go with Ken Danico, Mr. ENORTAP.
Good one. Yeah.
We have to move up with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
No, I don't like that very much.
Let's move on to the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think we'll be better about this. I want to graduate the people, put the Pirates, but I'm talking too much about Manny Sanguin right now and Tim Foley. So let's move on with Pittsburgh.
Well, for me, it would be Mario Lemieux, of course.
Yann go 1-5. Mario Lemieux for Yann. Penguin 3-5 like Natty's. Mario Lemieux for Mark. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. That'd be awesome. Run with Kings at 3-5. 5-5, Yager. Here we go. Steven G. Alexandre, 2-5. Fleury. Yann Genet, 1-5 pour les Pirates. Blackhawks go 0-5. Pittsburgh, I will go with 4. Robert Adams, Roberto Clemente, number 21. Yager for Marco. I would say Mr. ENORTAP in the same direction. I'll go with Pittsburgh 3-5. I have to go with Chris Letang.
Yeah. That's a good pick, too.
The Nordic, les Quebec Nordic, Mr. ENORTAP.
Very nice design. I've always liked it. I'm going to go with 4 and Peter Stastny.
Which one?
Peter Stastny.
Peter Stastny, Lemieux, pencil name. Steelers make more sense. Rebook. Yann, Blackhawks at 3-5. I go with 4-5, me too. And I will wait for the people what they will say, and then I will add a players they don't mention, Mr. ENORTAP, for the Quebec Nordic. Side-fire, le but d'Alain était bon, Alain Côté. Run with Kings, 20, 5-5. Nordic, Robert Picard, ex-Montreal canadienne. Robert Picard. Joe Sakic for Steve G. Nordic, when I was local, and it's supposed to be N for Michel Goulet. Yann Genet, Sakic. Gosselin, Goulet, go for Danny T. About this one over there. Nobody talk about Tail Hunter.
The Marchand of the 1980s.
Yeah, Tail Hunter. Here we go. 3 to go, guys. And after that, we go Frenchy quiz. The San Jose Sharks.
It's pretty good. I like it. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. And Patrick Marleau.
Patrick Marleau. Yann go with 4-5 Nabokov. Quebec, Saché Brodeur, Pierre Martin. I go with Tel Hunter too. Blackhawks 3-5. Run with Kings 4-5. I would go with 3 for the Sharks. I like the design shot. I don't like the triangle. I don't know what they represent over there, but they know something I don't know.
The Bermuda Triangle.
About this one. Hey, coach, I like all those guys. So the Ducks and the Sharks, Bob the Spud, all come in the house.
Hey, bud.
2 and 5. Marco said Mike Ritchie. Steve G, 1 and 5 for the Sharks. Patrick Marleau for about this one over there for the Sharks. I will go with 3 and 5, and nobody talk about him. I will go with him. I go with Joe Thornton.
Yeah. Although he's originally a Boston Bruin.
What about the Toronto Maple Leaf?
Oh, we can skip that one. Let's move on. No, just joking. Just joking. Toronto, it's okay. 3.5, I'll give it. And for me, it's a toss-up. It's between Matt Sundin and Boris Salming.
Marco will go Félix Potvin. Sundin for Yann. Runway King 3-5. Toronto Maple Leaf, I go with 4 and 5, and I have to go with Darryl Suttler. And I'm close, said Boji Sanding.
Yeah.
Not Sundin, but Sanding. Alexandre Dubois, 3 and 5, Matthews. Leave as the ugly logo. It will look like a bush and everything like that, Danny. And finally, the Vancouver Canucks, Mr. ENORTAP.
You know what? It's a simple design, but I love it. I'm going to give it a 4.5 for Johnny Canuck. And I'm going to go with, the obvious one people are going to say are the Sedin brothers. Let me go with Trevor Linden.
Trevor Linden, a great one over there about this. Johnny Bauer for Toronto earlier. Pertuzzi, Yann, 2 and 5, 0 and 5 to ring. Maxime Lapierre, Alexandre Bureaus for Alexandre Dubois. Celebrate the French people. Canucks, Luc Bourdon for the Vancouver Canucks. Pavel Bure, Mark Rabinowitz. I think I would give a 4. And, Pierre Martin said, Vancouver, Roberto Luongo, Mr. ENORTAP.
Of course, that's a good one.
I have a 3 players, Mr. ENORTAP.
Go.
I will go with Stan Smil.
Stan Schmiel, yes.
Tony Tenti.
Okay, yeah.
And Marcus Naslund.
Yeah, Marcus Naslund was my second choice, yeah.
About this, I always like the Whalers logo. I have the North Star. And we're going to finish this, guys, this way before we go to Frenchy quiz. The 3 logo. Before that, one more for that one. I love this logo, Mr. ENORTAP. It's always been my favorite one. Just a crystal. I'm talking about the Minnesota North Star.
Yeah.
Which one? And we're going to finish with this one.
They should never have left. Yeah, man. This is the original Minnesota for me. I'll give it a 4, and I like. I'm gonna go with Dino Ciccarelli.
Oh, Dino Ciccarelli, great pick over there about this. Around with Kings 5 on that one over there. I would go with a 5 for me. I just love this pick. One. Compared for the wall, this was perfect. Round we can go with Marty Turco. Steve said 1, and he said go with all for them. And when I'm talking about them, Mr. ENORTAP, Mark, you love it. Neil Broden, that's a great one.
Oh, yeah. Neil
Broden, yeah. Brian Bellows.
Yes. Became a Montreal Canadian after.
Luc Lafortune, César Maniego.
Yes.
So, I have the dad, Jean-Paul Parise.
Yes, of course.
And I have Bill Goldsworthy.
Goldworsley, yeah.
That's what I have on that one over there. William Snyder, 3-5 for the North Star. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes if you don't mind. That'd be great. Luc Lafortune, Bobby Smith.
Also a Montreal Canadian after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, also Willie Flip.
Yeah, with the big beard.
Yeah.
But he played also for Calgary, though, didn't he?
He been there, and then Steve Payne.
Steve Payne, yeah.
Yep. So with this logo, Mr. Nortap, the North Star, and those we have here.
I'm actually surprised because Minnesota and Chicago, that used to be a huge rivalry at one point.
You're absolutely
And
right about this.
they never recovered it when they got to the Wild. It wasn't the same thing.
All right, we're going to finish with this. Your top three start with number 3, number 2, and number 1.
Oh my gosh. Number
And what we have
3,
here in front of us.
yeah. Number 3, I'll go with Quebec. Number 2, Hartford. Number 1, I'm going to go with Chicago.
I'm going to skip the Quebec. I never liked this team, so I'm going to skip them. I go with Minnesota North Star, the Hartford, and I go with Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, Minnesota North Star, that's not fair. It's not there, really.
Yeah. Alexandre Nordic at Buffalo. Steve G, Nordic, Colorado, Hartford. Mark go with the Wings, the Wild, and the Devils. Ian, Sharks, Toronto, Wild. I was going Angelo go with the Moose Jaw Warriors. Vinny, Nordic, Sharks, Chicago, Mr. Nortap. Ron, Nordic, Ducks, and Wild. Ducks first time. Danny, Nordic, Whalers, Chicago. Marco, Toronto, Ab, Sharks. Joseph, Devils, Colorado, Detroit. Luke, Buffalo, Hartford, Chicago. And RJ, Canadian, New Jersey, Pittsburgh. William, Detroit, Montreal, Rockies. Pierre, Detroit, Jersey, and Sharks. With like Toronto, Canadian, Wings. The key behind this, Mr. Nortap, is we're all friends, right? Like everybody's friend, and that's the beauty of this exercise tonight. And I think it was great to do that all together. We try to go to some trend during the off season. We know we have many people, and we just have a good time together, Mr. Nortap. So, but Dan Asham is in the house with Colette. You are
Hey, Dan.
Thank you, Danny. So now, Tap, it's time to step up. I know you studied all week last week, and you're ready to rock and roll. I love that, but I don't like that logo. Wings, Blackhawks, Nordic for Tim Morrison. So now, Tap, tonight we talk about logo. So what do you think they are, my question tonight?
About logos.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Nortap. You nail it again. And will be interesting who is going to get that one over there, Mr. Nortap. 5 questions.
So
we go about this one over there. So good luck, Mr. Nortap. You're going to be the last one of that. We wish good luck. We have a few people at the bottom win yesterday. I can talk about this all the way. Pierre Martin and Kelly win today. And yesterday, Bobby Bagado Nuts is not here tonight. And Luc Lafortune are the winner of last night. Congratulations. Le quiz sur le que je gagne. Oh my God! For the people never been here, 5 questions, and you have 5 choice. I wish you good luck. And the key on this one, if you can get 3 or 5, you have a great night. If you have 2, a good night. If you have 1, it's an average. And if you are 0 and 5, that's normal. Just kidding. Here we go.
That's normal.
The NHL logo, Mr. Nortap, was created in 1917. But how many times they modified it after? 0 time, always the same. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, or 4 time. Good luck, everybody. Bobby back in the house. Jan, I got it. Thanks, Bobby, to be with us. Jan, yeah, I got it. Steve, Blackhawks, Run with Kings, Bobby. William, Bad the Spad, Tim Morrison. Hold on. I have too much fire here because my pen does not work. Mr. ENORTAP. All right. Jose. We have Vinny, RJ, Angelo. Mr. ENORTAP, you can slip your answer. Alexandre, Dan, Luc, Luciano, Mark. Marco, Will Like, Joseph, Pierre, Danny. Here we go. Mr. ENORTAP.
I'm going to go with D. I think it's 3 times.
3 times. Angelo said B. The answer to this one, Mr. ENORTAP, is... I want to be sure I have all the answer.
Oh, my God!
2 times, Mr. ENORTAP. So the winner of this question, Mr. ENORTAP, is William Snyder, Jose Duarte, RJ, Mark Rabinowitz, and Joseph Laham are the winner of this one over there. Question number 2.
Only twice.
Easy one, Mr. ENORTAP. I said why not to give them an easy answer. So,
of course.
What was the last time the NHL modified their logo? 1988, 1995, 1999, 2005, or 2009? Good luck, everybody. Danny Round Mark. J'avais raison avec le reverse rétro, Yann. Mark, have an answer right now. Oh, that is going fast. Tim, Alexandre, Steve. Bobby, Angelo, Yann, Marco, Bad the Spad, Run with Kings, RJ, Luc Lafortune, Joseph, Vinny, Luciano. Mr. ENORTAP?
I'm going to go with D, 2005.
Jose, William, Angelo, Yann Genet. Boonram, welcome back. Pierre Martin, Would Like Sleep, Dan Asham, Blackhawks, Angelo. Angelo, he said 3 times, so I think he's going to come for one answer, but he got it 3 times. If you have it, he said D. Would Like Sleep. Everything like that, Mr. ENORTAP. Are you ready?
Oh, my God!
Easy one. 2005, ladies and gentlemen. We have only Joseph Laham score, Mr. ENORTAP. 2-2 so far. We have a lot of people got it. One good answer. Congratulations. The one, you got it. Next question.
Oh, my God!
I already beat last night's score.
Sorry about that. Here we go. Which year the Montreal Canadiens logo was created? 1906, 1910, 1914, 1916, and 1917.
Which year was it? The original one.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Blackhawks, Yann, Zenit. Welcome back, Zenit. Zela, Caroline, Pierre-Martin, 02. Run with Kings, Joseph, Steve. Bobby, Tim Morrison, Danny, Luc, William. I think Luc is 02. William, I got it. Alexandre, Luciano, Will Like, Danny, Mark, Jose, Marco, RJ.
This is a tricky one.
There we go. I thought you get out. Matt's played. Welcome back. Dan, I got it. Pierre Martin, Vinny. I got it. Mr. ENORTAP.
I say it's tricky because the original one was just the letter C, and it was in blue. That was, I believe, it was 1910. But your question's the ends. I think they were called something else back then. And if it's that, it has to be E, 1917.
But Mr. ENORTAP.
Oh my God!
Marco Larrabee is right. 1910.
No.
He was the first
But that's not the
real
original
crate over there.
Canadians.
Congratulations, Marco. We have a few people. RJ, Jose Duarte, Joseph Laham, Angelo, Marco Larrabee are all at 2 at that moment. They are the winner. Don't know, the lights shut down at some point, but it's all good. I'm still alive.
But
that's
was that
all.
the original Canadians, Coach?
It was the
the
original,
original-
Montreal Canadian Athletic.
Yeah, but you said Montreal Canadiens.
Well, but that's the team,
so
right?
that's 1917.
Next
Give me
question
a-
about this one over there. But honestly, the name was changing from the Montreal Canadian to the Canadian for the Athletic earlier about this one over there. Here we go.
You're not going to give
How
me
many times the Montreal Canadian modified their logo? Include now for Mr. ENORTAP the Athletic Canadian team, and everybody name you can imagine they got 5 times, 7 times, 9 times, or 13 times.
I think I have this one. I think I do. Okay.
Blackhawks, I got it. Joseph, I got it. Mark, I got it. RJ, I got it. Alexandre Dubois, I got it. Ron with Kings, I got it. Yann, Jose, Steve, Bobby, Tim Morrison, I got it. Bud Despard, I got it. Danny, I got it. Would like, I got it. Marco, I got it. 007, I got it. Angelo, Luciano, Mark, I got it. And then Pierre Martin, I got it. Mr. ENORTAP, what is your answer?
I'm pretty confident about this one, Coach. I'm going to go with D, 11.
Oh my God!
13 times.
No. Are you kidding me?
13 times, ladies and gentlemen, about this one over there. So, who score? You have a few people score 2 points. Mark Rabinowitz, I trust you. Can you confirm with me, Mark, if you are 2 and 3? I'm not sure. You're the only one. I'm not sure. 007, join the party at 2. We have about 6 people. Angelo is at 2. Marco is at 2. Jose Duarte at 2. RJ at 2. A bunch of you are at 1. Mark Rabinowitz, if you can give me if you are 2 or 3, that'd be great. About this one over there. How can you modify that simple logo 13 times?
Exactly. 11 times I get, not 13.
About this one over there. That's what I got for coming late, Bobby. About this last question of the night.
That's bad, Coach.
This is the winner of the night. I have two, Marco. So a lot of people had two, Mr. ENORTAP. And the last one, Mr. ENORTAP, take a time before you answer because I want to explain, maybe everybody can understand this one over there. So what is the highest number of the years without to do any modification, the Montreal Canadian or the Atlantic, whatever you call them, all right? Is it 30 years, 34 years, 38 years, 42 years, or 46 years before they make any modification? And the statement tonight is Joseph when he said, how can you change this logo 13 times? I love it.
I agree. So you're talking in between consecutive changes. How many years?
Yeah,
Which
so
one's the-
edition 2017 to 2026, it's 9 years. It makes sense?
I gotcha. Yeah.
All right, Yann, K-Lobs, KLS, Blackhawks, Tim, Ron, Luciano, Mark, Danny, Badespad, Bobby, Alexandre, Luc, Joseph, Steve, will like. Well, it will be 05, Blackhawk said. Pierre Martin, Angelo, William Snyder, for the win, he said. I love it. Marco, Mr. ENORTAP.
Let's see.
1 and 4, Mr. ENORTAP, so far.
I know it's not a good night, although I still think it's 11, but it's okay. The last time they changed it, I think, was in 1957. So 43. Your answer's not up there. Oh my gosh, it's not there. I'm going to go with the highest one. 46.
42?
46.
46.
Yeah.
All right, the answer on this one over there, Mr. ENORTAP,
Oh,
Oh
no.
my God!
it's D.
Yeah, I meant 42, yeah.
Yes. It's because you calculate the 43 years, because if you show 57 to 99, that's 42, honestly. But I can understand it could be 43 seasons, but the years is 42.
It's 42, yeah.
Makes
got
sense.
you.
But it's not changed anyway, Mr. ENORTAP, because you will be only
last place.
too good. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Vinny win tonight 007 2-time, 3-time. Angelo is the winner, and Mark Rabinowitz, Mr. ENORTAP, are the winner of the contest tonight. What a great performance, all three, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Mark Rabinowitz, Angelo, and Vinny 007 at 3 good answers and 5. That's considered great, honestly. And then many of you have a 2, and some of you have 1, and some of you are 05. We don't mention who they are, but I just want to mention, Mr. ENORTAP, what's happening to them. And that's conclude, Mr. ENORTAP, another great show of the warm-up, the Power Play Show. I tried to bring you here. That's what I'm talking about, the Power Play Show.
That's awesome.
How do you feel after 7, 8, 9 days off and this? How do you have a great time tonight?
Yeah, awesome. It was great to be back, Coach. And,
It was awesome, Mr. ENORTAP. Again, I would tell you how much we miss you and the people miss you. So thanks so much for, again, for tonight. And was a great, Mark Rabinowitz is the new ENORTAP on the Tiger Wood for the quiz. You're absolutely right, Monsieur Marco. Again, that's a great thing to say that. But this is the end of the show. And before we leave, we want to remind everybody, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. I have no chance to point anybody for the last couple of days, Mr. ENORTAP. I was saying that. Maybe me, I don't know. But at the end of the day, Mr. ENORTAP, you have no clue how much we appreciate you, and we are really grateful, thankful having you with us. Coach. This show is better when you are inside the show for sure. But before we leave, we want to remind everybody, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, find a way to dominate your second half of what? 2022, Mr. ENORTAP. We love you, everybody. Have an amazing, great night. Mr. ENORTAP, have a good night.
Good night, Coach. Good night at Hockey Nation.
Good night, Kelly, Luciano, Vinny, Bobby, Danny T, Angelo, RJ, Joseph Laham, William Snyder, Mark Rabinowitz, Blackhawks fan. Thanks so much, Luc Laportine, and Dan Asham, Mark Larabi, William Snyder, Jose Duarte, all the moderators. Thanks so much again, Adam, Danny, and Jose, RJ, thanks so much for your update tonight, and everybody in the chat, thanks so much for to be with us tonight. Mr. 007, thanks so much. Luciano, Yann Gianet, Tim Morrison, Luc Laportine, Bad Despad, and many others. Have an amazing Blackhawks fans. Thanks so much, William.
Come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now.
Thank you, RJ. This is Stubbington. Don't forget to click on the like.